Hey everyone, welcome back for week 9, Getting Psyched for Information Literacy. This week we are going to talk more about authority. I know we've touched on it in the past, but this week we're really going to dive in what it means to be authoritative on a topic and also what it means that authority is contextual. I think one of the most important things to address early on is the amount of information that we're fed on a daily basis, whether that be through the news reporting, the internet, our email. We are constantly on an information overload. And is all that information accurate? Absolutely not. And that's why it's so important, both in your everyday life and as a researcher, to be really skilled at evaluating the authority, the evidence, pretty much just knowing when you have a good resource and a good authority that you can trust. So, like Mr. Abraham Lincoln apparently says, don't believe everything that you read on the internet just because there's a picture with a quote next to it. So we got to watch out for those sort of things. So we've talked a little bit about this, especially in our Mythbusters, but especially when we're talking about providing evidence, if somebody cites their evidence, what kind of evidence they're providing, and is the evidence credible, timely, authoritative, relevant? We talked about that a little bit. But there's other factors that go into making a good source, like relevance, timeliness, but today we're going to be focusing mostly on if it's authoritative or credible, and how a person is an authority on a topic, what are their credentials that make them an authority, and what biases that they might have and they might present in their findings. So the first thing that might come to mind when you think of an authority is maybe something like a police officer or the president or somebody that has authority over you. But what we're talking about is the perception of authoritative information or an authority on a topic or credibility in this case. So when we're thinking about that, we need to think about what gives somebody authority. And there's different aspects of expertise and experience that can give somebody authority. There's somebody that can have subject expertise, work experience, societal position, and special experience. So, for example, subject expertise. These are people often have the schooling and education on a topic. So here we have Neil deGrasse Tyson. He has a degree in astrophysics. He's very knowledgeable on that particular topic. Next, we have Nikola Tesla. He never actually graduated with any kind of degree, but he has the work experience to back up his work with electricity. So we would trust him as an authority on the topic. Societal position, we have Ruth Bader Ginsburg. She falls into kind of both the work experience and subject experience, and so she's in this also societal position because she was, chosen to be on the Supreme Court, and that's also what gives her authority, so it's a unique experience that puts her there. And then we have something called special experience, and that's why Kylie Jenner is pictured here as well, is that she might not have the work experience, the educational experience, or be put there by societal, but she has made a name for herself in viral marketing, and so she has that special experience that does make her an authority on the topic of viral marketing. But it goes to the next question of why should you still trust the makers of this information? So once you determine whether or not somebody is an authority on a particular topic, depending on if they fit one of those criteria of either having subject experience, work experience, societal experience, or special experience, the next thing to ask yourself is, are they credible? Just because they have the particular experience doesn't mean that they're highly regarded in their communities. There are plenty of people that might have the right degree or the right experience, but tend to be controversial in their fields. So as a researcher, it's always important to do your due diligence to make sure that the people that you are citing are reputable. One way to do this would be to check for bias. The perspective should be fair and balanced, or if they are not fair and balanced, they should be telling you that their particular perspective is skewed so that you could offer a counterbalance to that. Secondly, check to see how often that particular work has been cited. or what evidence they're providing. That's always a good way to check to kind of see what's going on in the scholarly community. And then also, that's another important process of peer review. If there's something too controversial, it's not likely to make it through the peer review process. So that's, again, holding the research up to a higher standard and making sure that it is producing works of value. The last thing that we need to be aware of is that authority and credibility is contextual. That means that we essentially cannot switch these pictures around and leave the backgrounds the same. Experts are experts in their fields. We couldn't put Neil deGrasse Tyson as an expert on viral marketing just as much as we could not put Kylie Jenner as an expert on the Tesla coil and electricity. They are experts in their own field, and it's contextual. So again, we need to remember that people have experience in their own areas, whether it be from their educational experience, their work experience, societal experience, or special experience, or living through something themselves. So hopefully this has given you a better perspective on authority and how to determine whether or not somebody is an authority on a topic. And that being said, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you again soon.